Honored to be here today and be part of the Visions Conference. I've enjoyed hearing some of the speakers, and we were discussing what a great job the keynote speakers have done. I'm Susan Peters, and I'm the proud owner of PossAbilities Plus in Atlantic Beach. We are a new baby, a new kid on the block in helping individuals with different abilities. And we do community-based experiences for individuals with different abilities, I like to say, because I believe that we all have something to offer the community and those around us. So that's what we're all about. And welcome back from lunch, everybody. If you're stuffed and sleepy, give me a thumbs up. No, yes? Well, I'll try not to put you to sleep, okay? Let me see if I can make my slides work. There we go. So we're going to cover today, how did PossAbilities Plus get here? What does PossAbilities What does PossAbilities Plus do? And what's next for PossAbilities Plus? So how did PossAbilities Plus get here? It's really kind of a life story. So I have two sons who are on the autistic spectrum, and I worked really hard as a mom getting them to be grown-ups. And then once they were grown-ups, I realized I didn't prepare them for life. And what do they do after school? So we were really busy in the school environment. And then once they got into the job situation, I didn't really prepare them for that, and neither did the school, because they were always ready to go to college. So their school system didn't feel like they needed any training in any other setting. I ended up, well, in the beginning, I started off being a preschool teacher. Then I ended up teaching in elementary school. And then somehow I ended up teaching in a middle school. I don't know how that happened, but that's where I ended up. And I ended up teaching in a site school with children who were in the inclusion setting on the autistic spectrum. You know, how that happened, I still don't know, but that's where I was. And I really am so glad that I ended up there, because I was having a blast in that setting. I got to go to all the different classes with the kids and figure out what they needed and to help them develop the success skills that they needed for each classroom. But back in our classroom, I got to teach social skills and their learning strategies. And the social skills curriculum I had was very limited. It was 100 lessons for social skills. I don't know if anybody else got to teach that before. 100 lessons for social skills for middle schoolers. Not adequate, guys. So I started a coffee shop in the classroom, and we served coffee to the teachers every Friday. Now that's social skills and life skills. These kids really blossomed doing this coffee shop. They got to do math. They got to do the hands-on kitchen experiences, delivering the coffee. They just really learned how to socialize with the teachers and the other individuals that came in to the coffee shop. We did this for 2 years, and it was amazing. All while I was doing that, I got my master's degree at UCF in special education. I'd already had my certification, and I also got my certification in ASD. So while I was working at the school too, I was becoming disillusioned by transition skills, and that we're supposed to write in their IEP the transition skills for students to move on into high school, but yet we're not really able to provide that in a classroom setting. So how do we get this information to the parents, and how do we provide that to them? We know it's best practices, but it's not realistic in a lot of ways to have that happen for the individuals. The other thing I found out is that after 21, there's not really anything meaningful out there for a lot of our individuals, and they're at home with not much to do because they're not prepared. So that's how I decided I needed to leave my job as a school teacher, and I needed to open PossAbilities Plus. And these are 3 of my wonderful students that I had at my middle school. So I started researching and figuring out what I needed to do. While I was at my master's program at UCF, there were some other teachers who had started programs at their school. So I kind of, tapped into what they had done and see how they were starting to build things. I checked out other local nonprofits because I figured I needed to be a nonprofit because I had no money. So I needed to be able to beg people to get some money to help me out. I knew nothing about business. I'm a school teacher. How am I going to run a business? So I started out with the score from the Chamber of Commerce and ended up with the Small Business Development Center at UNF. So if anybody wants to run a small business, I really recommend the Small Business Development Center. They're free and they give you lots of fabulous advice. I also looked for people who were friendly to nonprofits and looked for board members. I started out with 3 who were really passionate about my cause, and then looked for other people I could bring on board to support me, because opening a business and a nonprofit is like raising a small baby, only 10 times more difficult. So in doing all this, I was reaching out to other nonprofits and companies in our area that were supporting individuals with different abilities. And what was a little bit disappointing to find out was everybody was kind of off doing their own thing, but nobody was working together, and nobody knew what each other was doing. Everybody was doing something wonderful to help people with different abilities, but nobody was working collaboratively. So one of the things I'm really passionate about doing is trying to build more collaboration. I had met Tara Rowe with the Thrive program at UNF when my youngest son started college over there, and I knew that she was a like-minded individual. So I called her up and I said, Tara, we got to work together. I need you to help me with this project that I have. And of course she said yes, because she is all about helping people with different abilities. So her Thrive students helped us to get PossAbilities up and off the ground. One of her individuals in college came over and set up our computer room. They helped to load all the stuff on the shelves for us, and they volunteered and did other things. They were just a wonderful presence in the beginning. I also became a provider with APD. That's no small feat, I will tell you that. And we are registered and ready to hook up with vocational rehab when they once again begin accepting providers, because they are rebuilding their system. Location, oops, how do I go backwards? Anybody know? I skipped ahead. Oh, well, we'll just move ahead. We had to find a location for our facility. I learned all about real estate. Anybody a realtor here? I'm not a realtor and I didn't know about renting property. I moved into my house the 6 months after I got married, and that's all I know about property. So I had to learn about CAM and leasing and leases and all that kind of thing. And I've been learning so much since I opened this up. So we had found a small space. It's not in the best location. Everybody has to do a U-turn to get into us, but it works. And we've been making it work since we've been there. We found since we've been there, though, we have been blessed. Every day it seems that somebody special walks through our door. One day we had this young lady came in the very beginning, and we're chatting with her and telling her about our program, and that I hoped one day to get a gardening program out in the back, that we were going to reclaim the alley and the other space out there, that I thought our individuals would really thrive from having gardening out there. Well, she's a master gardener, and she's built programs all over the place where she's been. So she said, I will come every Wednesday and I will be your gardener, and we will help you build that gardening program in the back. We had people in the very beginning companies donate free computers that we could help give back to the community when the pandemic hit and the kids all had to stay home from school. That was wonderful, wasn't it? So we were able to give back to the community computers that the kids who couldn't use laptops or couldn't go to get laptops, they could come in and get a computer from us and take that home and have that for free. We also connected with a music therapist, and they would come in and help in our business. Uh, I connected with the CEO of Logitech, and he donated 2 driving systems for us. So we have a program called Let's Get Driving. It's a simulated driving program, and it helps our individuals who have anxiety, where they wouldn't normally want to get behind the wheel of a car, a real car, get into the driving format where they feel more comfortable to begin driving. We did not close during COVID. It would have been a bad choice for us because we were so brand new. I considered us an essential business, because in our area we have a lot of foot traffic. It's kind of a low economic area, and the individuals who shop at us, they, many of them don't have cars. So there's not a local Walmart or a Target near us where they could go and get clothing or household items or things of that sort. So we're the closest thing that they can walk to purchase things without having to get on a bus or hire an Uber. So we were very convenient for the neighborhood. It was a good thing that we moved in. The other thing is our individuals that we had already started working with, they wouldn't have anywhere to go. They would have had to stay home. And those of you who are working with our differently abled people know that the loss they suffered having to stay home during this pandemic. Um, we had something that helped us be successful and grow during this time. We had a young lady who had lost her job during the pandemic. And so she was a seamstress, and she's not a sit still person. So she made beautiful masks and brought them in every week so that we could sell them out of the store. And that helped to increase our business because we had the best masks to sell when people really needed them during the hardest part of the pandemic. So let's see if we can move forward here. So what do? We provide job skills and social skills for our individuals to have more opportunity in the community. We're not a sheltered employment center. Some people do need that, but we try to prepare our individuals to work in a competitive setting. So we try to have our as realistic as place as it can be. It is a thrift store. It is shopping at its best. So we do employment skill development. We help with resumes, with job interviewing. We have a computer room. We teach dress for success, and we've got the best clothes on the shelf to give them if they need them. They don't even have to go out to the mall. And then we have a program called Building Better Job Skills. This is new. You've never heard of this. I am so excited about this. Can you tell? So we've been working with music therapists, and they came in and they were doing music therapy, which is good. Music therapy is good. But I said, we need to do more. These individuals are older. They're going out for jobs. We need to have music therapy for job skills. So we worked together. I knew what we needed for job skills. They knew what we needed for music therapy. And we have created this brand new program. You've never seen it before. This is something new. You can tell I'm excited. So I'm going to show you a little clip of what it looks like. And the individuals who participate in this music therapy outperform my individuals who do not participate in this for whatever reason, whether it's transportation or their parents just can't get them there, whatever it is. So I'm going to start this clip. I hope you can hear it.
Susan, I hate to interrupt you, but there's a couple people that can barely hear it. Can you turn the volume up on your end?
I can't see that part of my screen. Let's pause it. Okay, I'm pausing. I'm going to escape the PowerPoint for a minute. Okay.
That's
Now,
fine.
Tara said she tried to put the captions in. Can you see captions?
I'm sure that we put the captioning on. If each person puts the captioning on, they can do that.
Okay, because mine it's up as loud as it'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so if the captioning's on, and I have it turned up as loud as it'll go. I don't know how to make it louder.
Those who want captioning, if you go to live transcript, and click on show subtitle, should come up.
I did try that earlier and it wasn't showing the captioning for the video that.
Oh, thank you, Barbara.
Is there another way to play the video, Susan?
I can try playing it directly from my computer.
That might do it.
Okay.
It's a setting within share screen. You have to share your computer sound and then the caption would pick it up as well.
Okay,
We've
share
all had it
screen.
happen to us.
Okay, so how can I fix it in share screen?
Since I can't share screen, I don't know how to tell you to fix it. It's one of those things that you do it, you learn as you go.
I love it.
I would think if you went to share screen,
Share
maybe
computer sound.
I
Okay, let's see if that fixed it. Okay. Somebody said share. Let's see. I'm just going to play it. Tell me if it's any better.
yes.
We got it.
yes.
We're awesome team.
Thank you for everyone who chimed in.
My name is Steven. I'm the owner and a music therapist at First Coast Music Therapy here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I wanted to let you know that music therapy is a lot more than just singing songs and making music and having a good time. In music therapy, we actually address goals that are not musical in nature, in this case, job skills.
I sure did, yes.
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 Yeah.
Did Janice enjoy
Yeah.
Learning new things.
And even though if you communicate.
I like singing the Move It song.
Yeah.
Move it, everybody move it, move it.
Move it, move it. Let me see you move it, move it. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, yeah. Come on, let's move it. Getting to play the instruments.
Helps me, he taught me more communicating.
It's not just singing, kids.
All right, and now pick one out of there and read it to us.
What do you do if you get stuck in traffic on the way to work?
Okay, so what do you do if you get stuck in traffic on the way to work?
I asked Jeff for help.
Okay, you could.
the boss to tell her in advance that you will be a little late?
Yeah, I got it. So. Thank you. Goodbye for now. All right.
So that's the Building Better Job Skills takes place in our tea room. twice a week. And they do skills. The first session is skills about communicating with customers, communicating with peers, communicating in general, how to answer the phone, how to greet customers, things like that. We're starting a second session today, and it's all about executive function type skills that they will need, you know, how to do each skill in your job. And then there's a third session that's coming up too. So it's just, I can't tell you how powerful this therapy is that we put together with the music therapist. I'm super excited about it. Oops, let's go to the next screen. So we have several different job opportunity trainings, on the job trainings. So we have the thrift store, we have the tea room, we have the gardens. The one little girl that was in the room that said she wouldn't get distracted, that's our repurposing room. So we take and we remake things that come in that aren't possible to sell. So we're constantly having different opportunities for our individuals. In the thrift store, the on-the-job training opportunities that we have are retail training, cashier, customer service, stocking and sorting, how to work a display, pricing, slat wall. That's something I didn't know about before I opened a thrift store, and cleaning. So those are all different types of jobs an individual could go out into competitive employment. Our young man who does videography, he created this little sizzle. I didn't know what a sizzle was until I met Keaton, and this shows you some different things that go on at PossAbilities. That's one of my favorite videos. Let's go to our next slide. Oops, it's going to play us again. So this is some of our kitchen crew. They've earned their food certification for job handlers. So they learn their kitchen skills, their cooking skills, hosting and serving. And that's harder than it seems, learning how to welcome guests in and sit them down, and then all the different stages of serving food and getting the timing just right so that people are happy in our tea room. We have a cold kitchen, so we don't have an oven. We bring in all of our desserts, and they are made by a young woman who has a cottage industry, and she's also on the autistic spectrum. So, and we try to be inclusive in all of our meals. So we offer gluten-free and vegan along with all the other varieties, so that everybody can come in and feel like they can get something in our tea room. And again, our garden, that it, you know, think of a building and then the side of the building. That's about as big of an area that we have our garden in, but we have so many plants growing over there, and it's such an integral part of our program. So they learn about what's a weed, and do I pull that up? Weeding and gardening and watering. How do we water? This young man just learned how to set up an automatic watering system, and he's also building the worm farm. He is so excited about that. So selling plants and the vegetables, and then we make different things out of the vegetables that come out of the garden and sell those to the customers that come in the kitchen that we have there too. So that's a big part of what we do. So they can see how what I grow, I can eat, what I grow, I can sell. Some of our individuals aren't going to work in maybe a competitive job setting or in a standard job setting, but we can help them learn how they can create their own business and maybe work at the little farmer's market, or have something online at Etsy or eBay and sell their products and wares that way. So just trying to help them see all the different opportunities that they have going on. So a huge part of our program, when my sons were young, I was just thinking, if I could pay someone to be their friend, if I could pay someone for them to hang out with. Social skills are huge for job skills. I tell them all the time, social skills equal job skills. So on Thursday nights, we have Zoom sociabilities. So when we had to close the social program down for COVID, we created Zoom sociabilities on Thursday nights, and our individuals kept socializing. And we have still kept that going because they love that so much. And we still have our Saturday night social group, which is from 7 to 9 p.m. So the social group, they've grown from 3 to now 12 individuals, which is good for our space that we have. And they do so many fun things. We did a little small night to shine event. We just went rock climbing Saturday night. That was amazing. We do one field trip a month. We do one service project a month, because I feel that if they're going to be part of the community, they need to also serve the community. We do all other kind of just ideas that they want to do. So we have a junior board, and the junior board is comprised of mentors, young mentors, and our individuals. And they help to create all of the ideas that Sociabilities does. So they're not chosen by the grown-ups. It's chosen by the individuals, what they want to do. They take ownership and power of this. This next week, they're going to do a luau. That was their choice. So we do all the things that they want to do. Last June, this was one of the Sociabilities flyers I was able to pull up. They did cultures and customs. They talked about social media, and they did a potluck. So this is free. We don't charge our individuals for this. This is how strongly I feel about social skills, that they really need to have this opportunity. We also offer life skills. Many of our individuals, especially over the age of 21, are not ready to be independent. They don't have those skills. They've been in school, they've been working on academics, they've not been able to learn the life skills that they need. And I don't know how many of you out there are life coaches or life skills coaches, but you don't or aren't afforded enough time to spend with an individual to give them all the skills that they need to be independent out there. So some of the courses that we've offered, and it's once a week, is money management. We're working on time management right now, kitchen skills, communication skills. Home for the Holidays was all about how do I organize my home? How do I entertain guests when they come in? Handy around the house, doing little simple fix-ups and repairs and things that you need to do. So we've kept this is an ongoing rolling class. When one ends, we pick up another one, and the individuals can join in. The parents have enjoyed this. We have a good response to this class every time we open up a new one. It's a really, really good class. They asked us for it, and so we put it out there, and it's had a good response. I would like to get 2 classes a week if I could going for this one. So we have our certification classes that we're offering now to give individuals. We have kitchen to table, and that's where they can come in and have support learning the food handlers information. You have to have a food handler certificate to work in any food related setting, any kitchen, any produce section, any deli section, McDonald's, any of those job settings. And I didn't know this, to be a host or a hostess, you have to have that food handler certification. So many of our individuals taking that online course that you're required to take within 30 days that you get that job, it might be too difficult for them. So we have this broken into 6 weeks. We support them, and then we test them because we're food managers. We test them there at the site. and we support them with accommodations through their test. And so we haven't lost one yet. They've all been successful. We're real proud of that. The other one is the Let's Get Driving, and we help our individuals. That's a 9 weeks course, and they get to practice driving and get help with the questions for the driving test. And I was listening to my individual who was helping someone with that yesterday. Some of those questions are really tricky. So, you know, learning to work through those questions to help them get ready for that is very helpful for them. Let's see what we have next. All right, so what's next for Possibilities Plus? We're going to keep growing. I hear everybody say when they come into the store, you're outgrowing your space. And I say, yeah, but I've got another 18 months lease. I got to stay here for a little bit longer. So our board is already looking for some more property, and we're hoping to move closer to UNF so we can help more individuals in the Thrive program and collaborate with them a little bit more. A lot of those students there do not have transportation, so we would like to work with them a little bit more. That's one of our programs. I am still pushing to become a vocational rehab provider and work with them. We take self-pay individuals, and I believe we're like the lowest priced individuals that do that. We accept the Gardner Scholarship. We provide homeschooling and other programs there at our center. So we will be expanding in size and location, and we need to we need to hire more staff and increase positions and get more volunteers. There's plenty of opportunities there at Possibilities Plus. There's lots of, I should say, PossAbilities. So one of the things I really enjoy when I hear the kids say when somebody comes into the store is, welcome to Possibilities, because there's so many possibilities there at the store for all the individuals to be part of. And I just love it. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a happy hard work. And I feel like we're really doing a good program with our individuals. We have had, just this last month, we have had 4 individuals move forward. So one of our individuals have gotten a job at Winn-Dixie. Another one got a job at a CPA's office. We have another individual, her dream job was to work at a nursing home because she loves old people. So she did get a job at a nursing home. And we have another individual who got a job at a warehouse. So we have 4 individuals who have gotten employed. And we're looking forward to another young woman who is getting ready to start moving forward also. So I feel like in the past 18 months, we've been pretty successful with our new model and what we're doing and getting people working in a real live type setting rather than in sheltered employment. So I think that was my last, nope. So I want to put a little plug out there for us again. We're Possibilities Plus. We focus on the abilities, and we're in Atlantic Beach. Google does not like our address. Despite all that, people have found us. Google sends people all over the place to find us. We have a fabulous website, and our Facebook page is a lot of fun. We put a lot of different videos on there. So check us out. And this is our email. If you email me, I will email you back. I promise. And I'll send you all kinds of information. So, and please come and have tea with us if you're in the area. It's kind of like dinner and a show. It's a lot of fun. So, Amanda, how much time do we have?
Got about 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
Okay, well,
right.
I have that other video to show if you can figure out how I can share it with it not being on the PowerPoint. Do you know how I can do that?
I want to say if you just bring up the video, is it in a web browser? Or is it saved to your desktop?
It's saved to my desktop.
So I think if you exit out of the PowerPoint, that you can play from there. You can play by sharing your screen.
All right. So again, our individual that creates the videos, he created this video also, and it's all about possibilities. And I think you're really going to like it. Let's see if I can get to that. I put it down here handy. Let me make it bigger. Okay, and play.
PossAbilities Plus is like a training academy for me.
I think I was a little unsure of where I was at then. Now, from my end, I kind of feel a little more sure of myself.
I did get bullied a lot in elementary school. I have a lot of friends now, and it kind of like broke out my shell and let me be myself.
I need company, and I also need friends, and I also need like tasks that I like to do.
I didn't know how to speak up for myself. I get to meet new people every day. I developed a lot of skills I never had before.
I'm learning how to make friends.
So social skills are important for job skills, and that's why I count the social abilities every month.
So a big thing about, working is that it isn't just how well you do your job, it's your ability to relate to other people.
It makes me like feel good because it knows that I'm helping other people and making sure like they're all right.
So as far as my future goes, I'm on the right path towards something. I'm just only beginning to scratch the surface.
What I see in my future is working in a retirement home because I love the elderly.
I just want to thank my folks. I want to thank everybody here at PossAbilities Plus.
I would like to thank Miss Susan because she calls disabilities possibilities.
I want to thank all of you for being my best friends.
Okay. Aren't they fabulous?
That was wonderful. I gave you a thumbs up too.
I just love working with them. My job is so fabulous. I just can't say enough good things about it.
Several of you have asked about copies of the PowerPoint. All of this will be available on the Florida DCDT website. Give us a chance, probably next week. The website is floridadcdt.org. So everything will be posted there. All right. And any questions? Let me see. Are there any questions? Just congratulations, Susan. You're doing a great job. Okay.
Thank you all for being such a good audience.
And I
patient.
sincerely hope you get to be a VR vendor. That will be wonderful.
Thank you. And when the time is right, I guess.
It will happen when it will. It will happen.
Yeah.
Just don't give up on it.
No, that's not in my vocabulary.
I'd like to thank you, Susan, for a wonderful presentation. I will be up there visiting because you're not that far away from where I live. So you're next to Trader Joe's in that area.
Yeah, we're not too far.
Right. See, my wife loves Trader Joe's, so we always go on a monthly visit. So when she's in shopping, I can come in and look around.
Yeah, come get some tea. I'm telling you, it's great.
I will. I'll bring her too. Any other
Okay.
questions? Let's see, one more in the chat room. What is your Facebook site?
It's the same. It's PossAbilitiesPlus.com.
PossAbilitiesPlus.com. Okay. Thank you very much. Next session for all of those starts at 2:30 in about 15 minutes. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too.
You get a few minutes break. Thank you guys for your help. I appreciate it, Amanda and Patrick.
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
All right,
Thank
I'm going
you.
back to work.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.